Hello everyone, I am Govardhan and welcome to Bharat Intern YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to develop a weather app using Java and XML, and also we are going to use Open Weather API to fetch the weather details. Simply I will explain what we are going to develop today. We are going to develop an app where we are able to enter the city name, any city guys, we can enter any city. When we click on the search button means using the Open Weather API, we are going to fetch the weather details like temperature, maximum temperature, minimum temperature, pressure, humidity, and we are going to display those details on our app. That's what we are going to develop today. Now let's get into the video and let's start coding. First, I am going to open my Android Studio software. There we are going to develop our app guys. If you haven't installed, please go and install guys and start coding along with me. Yeah, I am going to click on new project. First, I am going to choose here empty views activity. I am going to click on next. Here I am going to name my app name as weather app. And also make sure to check the language as Java guys. We are using Java, not Kotlin. I'm going to click on finish and it will take few minutes for loading the libraries. Not few minutes, just few seconds guys. Let me wait. It was loading. We got our activity main.xml file and main activity.java. First, we are going to develop the user interface. Next, we are going for writing the logic for our app using Java, and also we are going to create a Open Weather API account for getting the API key guys. It's taking few seconds. Let me wait. Yeah, it's loaded guys. Now first I'm going to design the user interface. Here I'm going to change this to relative layout guys. Okay, relative layout. Okay, it was changed to relative layout. And also let me see how the user interface looks. This is the user interface. First I am going to add the background color. So in this relative layout we have necessary things, Android app tools, and also it has layout width as match parent and layout height as match parent. Next I am going to give the background color Android, so you know the command Android background. Here I am going to first give FFFFF, it means white color guys. Next I am going to choose the color. Here I am going to choose the color. So I'll choose blue. Yeah, it's fine. Okay guys, and also I'm going to add some background image for our app. So let me add that background image. So I already downloaded it from internet. If you haven't downloaded, please go through internet and download any random good looking image as per your app requirements. For pasting this image, I have to go for drawable. And here I am going to paste my image. Yeah guys, I pasted my image. Next I want to get this image to our user interface. Here I am going for image view. So I am creating an image view for keeping the background image. Here I am going to give the layout width as match parent, because I want entire screen guys. Match parent means it occupies the entire screen. And we have one more option, wrap content. It means we can able to adjust those things. So I want entire screen, so I'm giving match parent, Android layout width and layout height as match parent. Next we have to give ID, guys. We don't have to forget it. Make sure to give ID for each and every image view, text view you created. So Android ID, I'm going to give the ID as @ID / image view. So I forgot place here, guys. Place @ID / image view. It's not place @plus. Yeah, now it's okay. Next I have to import those image. Here for importing those image, the downloaded this background JPEG, right? We have to get these image to our image view. For that we have to use the command app src compat is equals to, here see guys, this image present in our drawable folder, so we have to define the path drawable / background. Yeah, that's correct. Next I'm going to close this image view. Okay guys, see, we got our background image, perfect. And also we closed this image view. Next I want a heading, guys. I want a big heading here. I want a heading named weather app. I want it should be big, so let's create this heading. We already have some text view. I'll modify it, guys. So let me delete it. We will create a new text view. It will be confusing, guys, modifying those things again. So I'll create a new text view. Inside this I'm going to first give the Android ID. Name as text view. Next I'm going to define the layout width and height. So Android layout width as wrap content. Guys, I don't want it to occupy the entire screen. I just want it above our app. So for that purpose I'm using wrap content. In the same way I have to give layout height. I'm going to give the layout height as same wrap content. Next I'm going to give the text here, guys. So I want the text as weather app, Android text, weather app. Okay, we got our weather app heading here, and it was not visible, so I have to make it visible and look bigger. So next I'm going to bring it to the center, guys. So for that I have to use the command Android layout, using capital letters, we have to use small letters. Android layout center horizontal. Here I'm going to give it as true. See, our heading comes at the center. Next I want it should be little bit bottom, not attached to the end of our app. So I am going to use Android layout margin top. So I'm giving some little bit padding on the top, guys, so that this heading will come little bit below. So okay, now our heading came little bit below. Next, I'm going to give the color Android text color as white. Okay, next it was small, guys. I want to make it little bit big. For that I am going to use the command Android text size. I'm going to give the text size as 52 dp. You can give whatever the text size you want, guys. Small dp. Okay, next I'm going to give Android text font weight. I'm giving it as 1000. I want it to be big. Okay, 1000 was little bit heavy, I think. I'll give 500. Yeah, now it's okay. Next, I want it should be bold, so I am using the command Android text style bold. Yeah, that's it, guys. Our heading was looking fine. Next, we go for our next place. Below this heading, I want a search bar, guys. Like in this search bar, we are able to enter that city name, and then we are able to click on the search button. Okay, next, so for that purpose, I have to create a edit text. Okay, so I'm going to create edit text. Here I'm going to give the layout width and height as wrap content, guys. I already told you. I'm going to customize it according to my requirements. We have to close it. And also we don't forget to view the ID, guys. ID is important for accessing it in our Java. While we writing the Java code, we have to access it, guys. So for that purpose, ID is mandatory. Android ID is equals to, here I am going to give the ID name as city name, next I am going to okay, guys, see here our edit text button was created. Maybe it was not visible for you. I want to bring it to here at the bottom of our heading. So let's do that quickly. Before that, I want to bring that to center. So as usual, for bringing it to the center, we are going to use the command Android layout center horizontal. I'm going to keep it as true. Okay, it came center. Next, I'm going to bring it to the below our weather app heading. So for that, we have to give the margin on the top. So Android layout margin top. So I'm going to give the top here as 120 dp. Okay, guys, as you guys can see, it came below the heading of our weather app. Next, I have to give some background color for it. Android background. So first I'll give some random color. Next I'll choose it because that was easy, guys. We don't remember any codes for the colors. For each and every color we have to type the code. Who remembers? So I'm choosing pink, guys. It looks fine for our app. I think you can choose any color you want. Okay, pink is nice. Next I'm going to, let me zoom it, guys. I think it was not visible for you guys. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, this is our search button. You can adjust the size manually, guys. Next I'm going to place holder here, guys. For placing holder we have to use the command android hint. So I'm going to place the command placeholder as enter city. Okay, next that was looking a little bit small, guys, so we have to give some color for this hint, and also we have to make it a little bit bigger. So let's do that quickly. Android hint color, sorry guys, not hint color, text color hint. So I'm going to give it as white. Next I'm going to give the text color also white. Guys, here text color hint means we are giving color for this hint, enter city, and now I am going to give the color for text, means whatever the city that we are going to enter there, that color we are giving here. Text color as Android text color. Same I will give white, guys. You can give any color you want. Next I want it should be bigger, so for that purpose I am going to give the text size also. Android text size. Here I am giving text size as 36 dp. Okay, now it was looking bigger. Next I want it should be these hint should be present at the center, guys. I don't want its present should be at the left side. So for that we are going to use the command android text alignment. So I am giving it as center. Okay guys, I think our search bar was ready, and below this search bar I want a button, guys. So when I enter any city name and I should have to click on those search bar, then only our project will be useful, guys. Without search bar our edit text was useless. So next I am going to create a button here. So for button creation we are going to use the button command. Here also I am going to give these layout width and layout height as wrap content, because I am going to customize the width and height. Next we have to give the ID, guys. That's the first thing we are doing when we creating any text view or button. So here I am going to give it ID name as search. Next we have to close it. And see guys, we got our button here. I want this button to keep here, guys, below this enter city and slightly right side. So for that we are going to write command now. So first I need to bring it to the right side. So for that I have to use the command android layout align parent right. So we are aligning it to the right. So here we have layout align parent right. I am going to give it as true. As you guys can see, our button came to the right side. Next I want it to bring below our enter city. So calculate, guys. While giving these edit enter city margin top, we given 120 dp. So For bringing it to here, I have to give around margin top of 200 dp. I think it will be enough for us. You can give as per your requirement, guys. So here I am giving Android layout margin top. So layout margin top, I am giving it as 200 dp. Yeah, it came below here. So I will increase the size also, guys. I think a little bit bigger, it should be fine. I think it was too much bigger. You can customize size, guys, manually. That option also available in our Android Studio. Okay, I think this was enough. Next, I'm going to place the holder here, guys. So I'm going to place the heading there. Search Android text search. And also I'm going to increase this text size, guys. It was very small. Android text size, so I'll give 20 dp. Okay, now it was fine. And also I'll give background color also here, guys. So it was white, it was not looking good, so I'll give background color here. Android background. So first I'll give random FFF, means white, then I'll choose the color because that was going to be easy, guys. So I'll give this violet color. I think this was going to be fine for our search button. So sorry, guys, I made a spelling mistake. Search spelling was, I think, SEARH. Yeah, that's it. Next, I'm going to see, guys, here we created some edit text for taking input of our city, and we have created the search button. And below this, we should have to create a text view, guys, so that we can display all the details of related to weather, like temperature, minimum temperature, maximum temperature, pressure, humidity. We should have to display here. So for that purpose, we should have to create a one more text view, guys. So let's create it. So okay, let me create the text view here. So here for creating text view, same text view, and I'm going to give the layout width and layout height as wrap content. Next, we should have to give the Android ID. I'm going to give the Android ID as weather, guys. Next, and also we should have to make sure those details will be present below the search button at the center. So for that, we have to write the codes Android layout center horizontal. I'm going to give it as true. Next, Android layout center vertical. I'm keeping those details at the center of our app, guys. So for that, I'm giving vertical and horizontal center. So here I'm giving layout vertical true. Okay, now all our weather details will be present at the center. Okay, next I'll show you, guys. I'll show you Android text weather details. For randomly, I am typing these text now for showing you guys. See, our weather details will present at the center, guys. Android text size, I want it to be a little bit bigger, so I am giving 30 dp. Next I am giving the font weight Android font weight, sorry, text font weight. I'm going to give the font weight as 200. 200 is not enough, 300. Let me give 400, is 500 I think. Now it was okay. And next I am going to give text style Android text style. Here I am going to give the text style as bold. I want it should be bold. Next I am going to give the background. So I am creating the background for our weather details also, guys. Android background, and here I am going to first choose any random color. Next I am going to choose the color from here, custom color. It will be easy, guys. Pink. I think I'll give the same color here also, then it will be fine. Okay, next I am going to give this text color. So make sure this black color was not looking fine here, so I am giving the white color here. Android text color, I am giving text color as white. Yeah, now it was fine, guys. Next I am going to close this, and also I am going to delete this. I am going to delete this text here because we will get the details of all our weather details from the API, guys. We don't need to type any text here. That's it, guys. I think this is our user interface. Next we are going to code the logic using our Java. Okay, we opened our Java file. First we need to import all the necessary packages, guys. So there are a lot of packages, around 10 packages. So first let me import it. Import Android .os .bundle. This is the main package. Next I am going to import, let me import everything from OS, guys. Why we have to type again everything. Android .os .star. Next I am going to import view button text view. See, guys, we created view button text view. So for handling those things in Java, we have to import Android .view, guys. So we have to import those things, then only they will work. Otherwise your code will show errors, guys, because Java doesn't support independently those things. We have to import the packages for those purpose. Import Android.widget .button. So this is for creating the button. Next was import Android .widget text view. So we created text view, right, for getting those text view here into our Java. So we need this package. So next one was Toast, guys. Toast was helpful to displaying a small like alert type messages. You will see, guys, don't worry, you will see while we are writing the Java code. Widget.toast. Next we also need the JSON, guys, because when we get the data from the API, it was in JSON format. We have to convert it to our normal text format, guys. For that purpose we need the JSON package also. JSON object arg dot json dot JSON object. This is the package that we needed. Next, we need few things like buffered reader, input stream reader, HTML URL connection, because we are fetching the data from URL API, guys. So for that we have to connect to those API related to the URL. Next, we need to read those data from the API and we have to display it. So we need lot more of packages. Import import java.io.buffer reader, and next one was import I am getting capital letters, import java.io.input stream, and next one was input stream reader, import java.io.input stream reader, and next package was HTTP URL connection, guys. We have to establish the connection between the API and our app. So for that we need this package, import java.net.http URL connection. We got it. Next, and also we need URL package also for reading the URL, import java.net. and URL, okay. For taking the URL input and establishing the connection, we need this package, and this is the final package, guys. I think you are getting bored for importing these packages. Import java. You can copy it from my GitHub library, guys, these packages. Maybe you are feeling a little bit tight to type these package names. Concurrent, I'll provide the GitHub link in the description of this video. You can check out the code also from there. If you find any difficulties while typing the code or implementing the code, execution exception, okay, that's it, guys. These are all the necessary packages. Now we get into our main class. So first we are going to create the variables for these text view, button, edit text. So we have to create the variables, guys, to access them. So let me create it. Text view, our first text view was city name. We are going to get the city name. Next one was button, so we are giving search. I am going to give the button name as search. Next I am going to get the text view, so I am naming it as show, guys. Next I am going to creating one variable string named as URL, okay. That's it, guys. Next we just created these variables, we have to define it. So let me get in there. So I am going to on create, and here I am going to define those things we just created. So let me do that. First one was city name. So city name, we are going to get this city name. We are going to access this city name, guys, from our XML file using find view by ID method. So same find view by ID, and I named it as r.id.cityname. Make sure to give the exact ID names, guys, otherwise your code will show errors, okay. r.id.cityname, think a small mistake here. Okay, I think there are some mistake. Let me go through this. Okay, don't worry guys, it will be rectified while we are writing the remaining code. Search is equals to find view by id. Here I am going to get r.id dot, it is search button, so search, and next we are going to get show. Show is equals to find view by id. Here I am going to get access this using r.id.weather. Okay, that's it. Next I am going to create a on click listener for our search button. Search dot set on click listener. Here I am going to create a new view dot on click listener. Here first I am going to override it. I am going to create a void here, public void on click view. Sorry guys, it was capital V. Next I am going to define here what will happen when we click on the search button. So let's do it. Here first I am going to create a toast guys. I'll tell you what will toast do. This toast will simply just display a small alert below the app guys. See here first I'll give the display text as button clicked, button clicked. Next I am going to create a string named as city, and I'll assign the city name value to our city string. So string city is equals to city name dot get text dot to string. Next we need a API here guys. We should have to get the API key. So for that we have to create an account in OpenWeather. So if you doesn't have any account, please go and create guys. See this OpenWeather API. I will provide the link in the description also. Please go and create account in your OpenWeather API guys, because without using this API we didn't get any weather details. So I already created the account and also I signed in. Please go and create your account. So then we have, after creating account, we should have to go to the API option. In this API option we have to choose current weather data. So I am opening this API doc. Below this current weather data, please make sure to go here guys, API doc, and here we have the URL for getting the weather details. So we want city guys, not all these things. So let me search for city. Think, yeah, here we got. See, this is the URL for getting the weather details using city, guys. So let me copy it and open it, but it doesn't show any details, guys. It will show error because this is just a normal link. It doesn't contain any API key. We should have to paste the API key here, then only it will show the weather details of the given city. So let me get the API key. So for getting the API key, you should have to go to my API keys option, guys, after you created this open weather map account. So I'm opening my API keys. So it was again asking for login. Let me log in, guys, quickly. Please make sure to create account, guys, then only you will able to get the API key. Otherwise you didn't get any API key. So I already have 2 API keys. You can create as number of API keys you want, guys, here. So like my API, see, I am created one more API key. See, we got the API key here. See, guys, remember one thing, when you created the API key, it takes almost half an hour, guys, to get activated. So please make sure to wait. So I already have few API keys created an hour ago, so I am using them. So guys, I am copying the API key here. I am pasting the API key. Okay, see, guys, you are getting all the weather details using this API. So I'll change the city name here. I'll change it to Bangalore. See, guys, you get all the weather details for Bangalore. You can see the temperature minimum, temperature maximum, pressure, humidity, speed, wind, everything. Each and every weather detail was present here. So we are majorly focusing on these 5 things, guys: temperature, minimum, maximum, pressure, and humidity. We want to display these 5 things. You can use these things also. So for this project, I am going to display these 5 things for the city, whichever the user going to search. So I am going to copy this, guys, copy this API. So make sure, guys, in this API URL, you should have to give this last API ID is equals to, next you should have to give your API key, then only the URL is going to work. Otherwise it doesn't work, guys. And also if you just generated the API key, means it takes almost 30 minutes to get activated. Please make sure to wait. You can continue with the video, guys. It takes around 30 minutes. Don't worry, wait. Otherwise you can continue the video also, guys, because after 30 minutes we will complete the project anyhow. So then it will work automatically. Next we are going to give the URL name here. URL is equals to, so whatever the URL I copied from there, I am pasting it here. See, guys, next I am going to instead of this city, see, guys, instead of this Bangalore, I am going to give this string city that we created. So I am going to give it here. So let me give here, I am giving plus city plus. See, I am adding the city name in the URL. That's what I am doing, guys. And also I am going to use the try and catch here for handling the exceptions. So try, I am going to copy this to this try method. Next, and also we have to check, guys, whether the city name entered was correct or not. If the user enters empty city means empty city name means he doesn't enter any city name, he just click on search means we should not have to search. So for that we have to use if else methods. So I'm using if condition here. If city is not equals to null, then only we are going to assign the URL, otherwise we didn't do those things. We are going to display a enter city, so we are going to display the small alert. For that we are using toast. Once again toast, here I am going to display enter city. Okay, sorry, it's not equals to null, guys. Next we should have to write the code for exception also, guys. Catch. So whenever you used try means you should also have to define the catch. So let me do that quickly. So before that we have few more conditions in our try. So get, I'm going to create a function, guys, get weather. So for that I am already creating the objects here. We will create after these steps get weather class. I'll create one more class, get weather. Using that class I am going to get the weather details. So next I am going to create a variable here, guys. So let me create the variable, a final string. It's a list of strings. See, guys, whatever the temperature, maximum temperature, pressure, humidity, I'm going to store all these things in this list of strings. So I'm going to name it as temp. Initially it was empty. Here I'm going to execute this get weather, and I'm going to store whatever the result I'm going to get through this get weather function in our temp list. So let me do that. Execute of URL. I'm executing those URL. Also we have to use get method to get the data and storing it in the temp list. Next we have to define the catch exception. So here we have execution exception. See, guys, these exception arise when you don't have any internet. So let me do that. Execution exception. Here when we arise any execution exception means I'm simply going to print those exception. Print stack trace. And also we have one more exception, guys, that is interruption exception. Means you didn't get any input when we went to those URL. Means you entered any invalid city. If you entered any invalid city, means this interrupted exception will arise. So for handling those things we are writing the catch interrupted exception e. Here also we are doing the same thing, guys. E dot print trace. Okay, and also after executing these task, and we are going to store the value in our temp. If though it returns null value, then our temp was empty, guys. So if it didn't get any details of weather, so then we have to print cannot able to find weather. So I'm doing it here. If temp is equals to null, so I'm going to set the show, means our weather details in our app as cannot able to find weather. Okay, next I'm going to top here, guys. Here we should have to create a one more class, right? Get weather. Through using this class only we are going to get the weather details. So let me create it. Class get weather extends async task, guys. So in this thing we have string comma void string comma void comma string. I'm going to override it. In this I'm going to create a protected string I'm going to name it as do in background. Here we are going to pass the URL string URLs. See, guys, I'm going to create a string builder here. So I'm going to name it as result. Whatever the weather details we are going to get, we are going to store in this string builder named as result. So string builder, I'm going to name it as result is equals to new string builder. Here also we are going to use the try and catch, guys, for catching the exceptions. So first we are going to store creating the URL. See, guys, here we imported the import java.net.url, right? We are going to create an object for it, new URL. In this thing we are going to pass the URLs. Now we should have to establish the connection, guys, through internet. So HTTP URL connection I'm going to name it as URL. Sorry. See, we imported the import java.net.url connection, right? See, I'm going to create a object for it. So I'm naming it as URL connection is equals to HTTP URL connection URL dot open connection. Next I'm going to connect URL connection dot connect. See, guys, I am connecting to internet using the API there. Next we should have to give URL connection dot connect, bracket here. I forgot one thing, guys. First we need to have, for our app to work, we should have internet connection. So Let me give internet permission for our project. So users permission. Here I am going to give android.permission.internet. So now our app is able to get the internet. So let me close it. Okay. Next, I'm going to read the input, guys. So for that, input stream, I'm going to name this object. Sorry, here it is, input stream. I'm going to name it as input stream is equals to URL connection dot get inputs dot get input stream. So I'm getting the value from the API here. So I'm going to read these values. Buffer reader, buffer reader, I'm going to name it as reader is equals to new reader, new buffer reader. In this I am going to create new input stream reader of input stream. Next, I'm going to create a string. Line is equals to, initially it was empty, then I am going to store the values that we read in this string line. So, and also I am going to check whether they are null or not. So while line is equals to reader dot read line. So I'm going to check whether it is not null or null. If it is not null means then I'm going to append it to the result dot append of line dot append to the new line. And finally after this I am going to return the result, return result dot to string. Okay guys, we wrote the code for our try. Next we have to write it for catch exception e. In this I am simply going to do e dot print stack dot trace. Next I am going to return simply null. And also we should have to see guys, all the data we got, it was in JSON format guys. We need to convert it to the text format so that we are able to display in our project. So for that we have to use JSON object, and before that we should have to create a void. So let me do that. Here I am going to create a protected void on post execute. going to pass the string result here, and I'm going to do super dot on post execute. Next, same guys, same here also, try catch method we are using. In try, we are going to type what we are going to do. So first JSON object, I'm going to create an object for our JSON object. So I'm going to name it as JSON object is equals to new JSON object of result. See guys, here we have the details that we got through API. We just only want these details guys, we don't want extra details. I'm just going to display these 5 values only. If you want, you can try for all the remaining values also. So I want only this main, I want only the details that contains in this main. So for that I want only main, right? So let me create a string. I'm going to name it as weather info. Weather info is equals to JSON object dot get string. I'm going to get that main method guys, sorry, not main method, that main object. Okay, next I'm going to show this on our app. Show text of weather info. And we have to write code for catch also, catch exception. See guys, I am simply doing this e.print stack trace again that we done before. Okay, let me run guys. I'll think we have one more function to do. First run, then we see what will happen. Yeah, it was running. Still our project is not completed guys, we have one more thing to do. We are checking whether our project is working fine up to now or not. It's taking some time and it was showing an error guys. Here string comma void comma string. Yeah, it's capital, not small guys. Small spelling mistake I have done. Now it was executing guys. Let's go. Okay, our app we got. Think it's time to check our app and do the final updates. Okay, I'm going to enter the city name here. So I'm going to enter Mumbai. So I'm simply gonna click on the search button. Okay guys, we got the details, but these are clumsy guys. We have to arrange it in proper format and display. See, it doesn't look nice. This is very clumsy. So let me do the arrangements here. Now for that we have to go to our get weather function, and here we have to go into on post execute. So I'm going to write the commands what will happen after the post execution weather info. So I'm going to do few updations guys. Weather info dot replace. Here I'm going to replace these temp with temperature. So temp, I'm going to replace the temp with temperature. In the same way, I'm going to replace this feels like with capital letters, feels like this temp min with temperature minimum, with temp max with temperature maximum, and this pressure and humidity also, so that it will looks good and user will able to understand it clearly guys. So let me copy it and do the changes wherever required. Okay, here next we have feels like, right? I'm going to change this feels like. I'm going to change it to the capital letters guys. Feels like. Next one was temp max, so it means temperature maximum. So temperature max. Next one was temp next one temp max. Okay, next we have temp min. Here we are gonna replace it with temperature min, and I'm going to do the same thing for pressure also, because it has small letter at front guys. I want the capital letter guys at front. Pressure. And next the same way I'm going to do for humidity also. Humidity. And run and check for the changes. Still we have a few more changes guys. I don't want this brackets something also. I want to change them also. So first I'm entering the Bangalore this time. Yeah, we got temperature, feels like, temperature mean, temperature max, pressure and humidity. But it was still clumsy guys. See, these texts are aligned closely. It doesn't have any gaps or next lines. So I want to get rid of them. First I want to get rid of these brackets. So let me get rid of those brackets. So in open bracket space, I'm going to leave it as empty. In the same way I'm going to do for this bracket also guys. So let me do that. Next I'm going to make changes for these. See, temperature, I want this temperature feels like, temperature minimum, temperature maximum in next lines guys. So in place of comma I'm going to give next line. So let me do that. In place of comma, sorry, here it is closed bracket, right? In place of comma I'm going to give the new line. And also in place of is to, I want a little bit more space guys. It looks little bit close. I don't want that. I'm giving space for is to here. Now run and check again whether our app looks little bit good or not right now. I'll maximize my app. Yeah, it's right now. It looks okay. Okay. Now I'm going to type Delhi guys, our capital city. I'm going to click on search. Yeah, now we got all the details guys. Temperature and what the temperature feels like there. Temperature minimum, temperature maximum, pressure and humidity. See guys, these 301, maybe you're thinking, right, what is 301, 303? that much temperature. That was huge. It was in Kelvin format, guys. If you want to convert it to the Celsius, you have to do minus 273. Currently these values are in Kelvin format. You can do that also. You can try that, guys. It will be fun for you. If you want to convert it to the Celsius or Fahrenheit, you can try that. I'll check it for one more city. Now I'm going for Chennai. Chennai is very hot, right? So let me check the temperatures there. 309, 302, 302, 303. Yeah, this is our weather app, guys. I think it helped you. If you feel that you gain knowledge through this video, please make sure to subscribe to Bharat Intern YouTube channel, guys. This is for today. I will meet you soon with another exciting project in our Bharat Intern YouTube channel. Thank you all.